What's up, guys? It's Gootecks. Welcome back to the Cross Counter Podcast, episode number 2. I'm here with Sarina Feng. How's it going, Sarina?
Good.
Tell
Thanks
us a
for
little.
having me.
No problem. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you came from, and what you do.
I specialize in restorative yoga therapy. It's one of the newer types of yoga where it's concentrated on the nervous system. So regular yoga, you would be doing active poses.
Yeah.
But this type of yoga, you're almost settling in and being nurtured and comforted by props, blankets, pillows, so that your nervous system calms down and your body, it stimulates your body's natural healing and digestion and organ health. I'm from Vancouver. And I've been traveling around and going to yoga conferences and yoga teacher trainings to get more knowledge and inspiration to add to what I do.
All right. So in your travels now, you've been traveling for yoga for what, like a month now? Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you notice about, I don't know, the different trainings or the different yoga events that you've been to?
Well, there's so many types of yoga. People relate to whatever they're related to. Like some people find peace and meditation in power yoga, where it's like a hardcore workout, but they feel like that in that moment they're present in the moment because they're just focused on the present moment of their body and their strength. And then some people find, meditation healing, and so there's all these different types, and you can use these different ways. So I'm not saying that only one is, great or superior to another, but there's so many. The more you learn, the more you know that there's more to learn. Yeah.
So how do you find out about like what's going on in like the yoga training world?
I'm blessed to have a friend, Lana. She has Karama Studio in Saudi Arabia, and she comes here for a few months out of the year, and she just books her whole time that she's here doing, yoga teacher trainings and all these events, retreats. So through her, I learned a lot about, because I practiced yoga for a very long time. I was never in the yoga scene. I don't know like what teacher is famous or who is good at what lineage or anything like that. But she's been a huge blessing that she just kind of drags me onto these things and kind of throw myself into these new experiences that I may not have tried.
And so when you're at these when you're at like the different yoga trainings or different events, you're lucky because you just get dragged along for the ride, but like how do they, like when you look at these different instructors' events, do you think about like how you can use some of those like ways of bringing people into like your practice, like how do other instructors get the word out or like bring people in?
Oh, well, these instructors, a lot of them are connected to each other.
So it's like one big incestuous circle jerk.
It's one big soul like chanting healing. So the community, they're very, everybody helps each other out. They sometimes go on tours with each other. I didn't know that there were like yoga DJs and yoga rappers. So there's lots of ways to help each other and combine each other's talents together. So for example, like I would sing, and then my friend would do a yoga flow at the same time, or people that play instruments. It's all like a big happy family.
Okay.
Yeah, so they bring people in by like, a lot of them use social media And a lot of them go around on tours all over the world. They host retreats, go to events, write books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you have aspirations, or have you written any books?
No, but people tell me I have to all the time.
Really?
Yes.
What do people tell you to write about?
Just me.
You.
Yeah. Because my life is
Sarina,
not
the autobiography
so
of a yogi.
Well, really, I'm so much, a work in progress, and I want to learn so much more. It's something that really appeals and calls to me. What I want to kind of create is a little journal, almost. Maybe
A blank one, or one that you yourself are filling
both. Like either it's a book or a series of blogs or videos.
Oh.
And I want to kind of talk about where I'm coming from and the healing, physical, mental, emotional healing, and my little journey of healing.
Oh.
Through meeting these different people and what I got out of their trainings and workshops and experiences. Like my own experience and how it healed me or how it didn't heal me, or
Like a blog about your yoga training and what you learned along the way.
yeah, and how it feels. Because I not just yoga training, right? Like acupuncture, different types of anything that's natural, it really appeals to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're going to all these different yoga events, yoga training. You're active within the community. So you feel inclined to write blog posts and books and all these other things. But what seems to be the holdup? What would be like, I feel like if this was like yoga practice, I would be like, what is the energy that you need to clear in order to make this happen?
Speaking my language. I had this fear for a little while that maybe I'm not educated enough to teach a class, or I haven't done enough yoga teacher trainings to call myself a yoga teacher.
And then you went to some really bad ones, and you were like, I know more than this bitch.
With no names. But now I feel like in a place where I don't have to admit like I'm the teacher. I am a student, and I'm just being myself and documenting my own experiences and story. But there was also like a little shyness about kind of sharing myself, my personality with the world. Cause like I know like you and I are like BFF. And maybe you wouldn't think that I'm actually an introvert, but I pick and choose who I want to communicate with. But when you're on an online audience, you don't pick and choose. You just like putting yourself out there. And I know that that's what I have to do to connect with people. And I'm breaking out of my little shell.
Well, I mean, you put yourself out there when you're working with somebody one-on-one, right? Or when you're working with like a group.
Yeah.
So really, it's not all that much different, really, because it's still the same process for you, which would be like sharing your experience and your expertise.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now because of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just wait until it stops being fun, and then you'll really wonder what it is to keep you going.
It's okay. I'm sure there's a mantra or a meditation that I can do.
If not, you're gonna need to make a mantra for how to mentally cope with like random internet haters.
Oh God. I'm sure there's one.
If not,
no, you know what? The haters are the ones that need the meditation the most.
Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Hater meditation. That's on the next episode. Yeah, that sounds like the first episode of a new series for you, where you just like calmly talk into a mic like this, and then slowly tell the haters to calm. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's cool. Okay, so you know you're inspired to do. You're inspired to write about yoga. You know, you're excited to share all this stuff.
That I learn along the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's
how it feels in case somebody wants to try that thing out and they've never done it before, or
and you're moving towards.
I'm like the guinea pig, you know. I'm
Yeah.
putting myself through all this like natural healing test to see what works and what doesn't.
Okay.
Right? And
That sounds useful.
I think so. And then because I think, you know, the medical industry, I did marketing for a pharmacy for a little while, and I thought that people were maybe overly medicated. And so they would be put on a prescription, and then they have the symptoms, the side effects of the prescription, and then they would put them on another drug for the side effect, and then another one. And, you know, what...
Right. Without
when does it, you know?
Without getting to like the root cause of
Exactly.
the disease or the illness or whatever is not
Exactly.
working right in the body.
Yeah.
I know these things. I don't want to go. I don't want to go too deep into that because I'm assuming that's a given. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Okay, so now as you work towards clearing the energy that's blocking you from taking steps to pursue this path of yoga, and you move towards accepting that you may or may not have to put yourself out there, then what does that look like or sound like?
I think putting yourself out there, it's what matters the most is your intention,
Okay.
right? If I'm putting this out there, am I trying to help someone? Am I trying
I
to
don't
be
know.
famous? Like, you
I
know,
don't know.
it's
You tell me.
So I think if the intention is good, it'll always be fine. I'll always be okay with doing that.
Well, newsflash, young lady, once you get to a certain level and, you know, some of your work starts to change, even though your intention
Oh, because I'll be like a commercial instead of...
Is that me? Am I?
Because I'll be sponsored content. I'll be a marketing ad.
Yeah. Then...
Only if I believe in the product. I've marketed for, I don't even know how many hundreds of brands in the last 4.5 years, and I really just want to take a break from that and market what I believe in and what I think.
Marketing your own work is simultaneously like the easiest and the hardest thing that, you know, it is that are, it's like the easiest and hardest products to market
Yes.
because it's a little too personal.
Yeah.
So I'm an advocate of just letting the stuff kind of find its own audience in its own way. Like, for example, with like this podcast, this is not, I mean, it's going up on a gaming channel, whatever. I don't have a better place to put it right now. It's not about like gaming. It's not about Street Fighter or whatever. It's just about the process of content creation. And I have faith that with a little bit of effort and consistency, then it'll find the right audience on its own and also simultaneously help me get a lot of these ideas out the door. Because what ends up happening is that you can start on this path of trying to share your expertise with other people, and usually what ends up happening is people end up getting like burnt out.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, I'm going to spend like 4 hours, I'm going to spend like half a day like shooting this video and then half a day editing and then upload it, and then what? I'm going to like post on Facebook to like 100 people, and then you're like super stoked and you're like, wow, this was exciting. I can't wait to do this again next week. And then when they see how the response is on their video, they're like, oh, okay, like 50 people watched, 100 people watched. And you're like, all right, it's a success, it's working. And then, you know, 3 months down the line, life gets in the way. You're still toiling at like the 200 view mark. And you're like, why am I doing this? This is silly. So that's why I'm an advocate of like,
Consistency.
not just consistency, but like a level of effort that you can maintain over a long period of time.
Right.
Most people can't dedicate like a full day out of their week to like making content that's not paying the bills.
Yeah.
So either the content has to have a direct correlation to the income that you're making, which is unlikely at the beginning. Because most people, when they start out, they don't really have much of an audience.
Yeah.
Or they need to pace themselves because it's a marathon, not a sprint. Because if you knew that you needed to make 200 pieces of content, 200 articles, 200 podcasts, 200 videos, you might like either never start or you might try to conserve your energy by putting in less effort into each one at the beginning because you're not going to reach that many people anyways. So if it sucks, who cares?
Good point. I think I am definitely the conserving energy type. I walk very slow.
Okay. Perfect.
It's my one flaw in life. Nobody's perfect. Like really slow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely that type of person. And, you know, with restorative yoga, I conserve all my energy. You know, we got mantras and meditations for everything.
It seemed a little,
What was your experience?
My experience was, this is the opposite of, like, yoga that takes any sort of effort.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was more akin to getting tucked in or having a nap.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I don't have like a meter on my organs to tell me whether or not they're restored, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. So now, like, going forward, like, what are some like next steps for you, because you're about to, you know, you're gonna go back home and then figure out some of your life, but then there's like yoga training and stuff in there, isn't there?
Yoga training is in March.
No, I mean, like, you're the people that you work with. I mean, you got to get back to like training people, right?
Well, I work very sporadically, and also at events. I never wanted to be tied down to one studio or one place, because I still see myself as a student. I want to go around and travel and take more information, and I think that education is where my power would come in. If I'm not educated enough to help someone, I don't want to give them the service that I think that they deserve. Then. So my main focus right now would be the education and having fun along the way and documenting everything I learn.
Through what? Articles, videos?
Through this, videos.
Yeah, but after you leave, you're on your own with this. Yeah.
I can get a mic.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're tech savvy now.
Yeah.
What happened? I thought
I'm going to come to teacher training with you to learn all the tech tricks.
Yeah, see, like, even just from having, like, a conversation, and not just you, but, like, several times throughout this week about content, it made me think, like, oh, I could, like, I have a friend doing a workshop for, writers, and it's, like, $300 a head for like a 6-week course or something. And she's got like 20 students, and I was like,
people love the courses.
I'm like, man, I could
courses.
probably do something similar for content, like some sort of content workshop.
Yeah.
Charge people like $3 dozen.
You can also like put it online too.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I've done all this stuff before. It's like
live stuff, live workshops.
Live, on demand, who gives a shit? It's easy. It's all the same to me. It's like, the hard part really is like the sales process. Like making the marketing material, creating the sales page. The content itself is pretty easy. And the production itself is even easier. I mean, we got all the gear here. Cameras, lights, mics. Got the whole shebang. So for me, that's part of why I'm doing this, is to kind of like get all my ideas and thoughts into one place so that I can get it to the point where I can pull all of this stuff into like one tangible
teacher
thing.
training guide.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because the more people out there that aren't held back by some sort of like minor technical hurdles. I mean, obviously, you know, we live here in the first world, like it's not that big of a deal. But the more people that can have their energy cleared, that's stopping them from creating content around their passions and expertise, the better the world will be.
Yeah, because we could learn so much more from people.
Yeah.
And connect.
But I mean, you know, video seems like it would be an important part of any sort of yoga strategy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I have to come out of my shell. I'm practicing to sing in front of live audiences.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I can record a song or something that is an offering with the yoga.
So like you're trying to cut a demo?
I got my mixtape.
Yeah, like what is this, like 1990? Like, just, it's not, I don't know.
I don't know how it works anymore.
I don't know how it works in yoga circles. I just know that if I needed to cut a demo, like
We'll just do it on the full moon.
Yeah, okay.
Well, sorry, what were you saying? If you had to cut a demo?
No, I would just bust out this mic and then hit record and then start, you know, singing into it.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm sick right now, so.
Oh yeah, I don't mean like at this moment. I just mean like in general. Like I wouldn't say that I would have to win a contest in order to cut a demo in the year 2017. Like, are you gonna bring like? Are you trying to sell tickets to see your band play tonight too? Sarina and the Yogis, $10 at the door. At the.
My MacBook is from like 2010 or something. I'm so not technically, I guess, progressed, but I'm learning.
I don't get how like one can be like so open to learning and improving their skills in one area, and then you just have all this energy blocking your path.
Have you ever talked like this before?
No, I'm like subtly making fun of you. I'm just kidding. I'm not making fun. I'm just trying to explain it in a language I know you can understand.
Yes.
It's an important part of communication.
Yes, it's very smart.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what
like
Buddha says.
Yeah.
You have to explain things in a way that people understand.
Yeah, good old Buddha, always coming through in the clutch.
Killing it.
Yeah, so, you know, you may have to apply some of the same enthusiasm for learning different yoga techniques to learning different production techniques. Unless, of course, you know, I mean, I'm just making assumptions here, but, you know, the way that some people do it is like, you know, they have money to pay people to like do this stuff for them. But usually people that I talk to don't have that luxury.
Especially yogis.
Why is that? It seems like it's just one big, sorry, it's not.
Because we're like always torn between like, oh, doing this as a service to help people, but like how much do we charge for helping people? I know like some people that teach yoga for free for like days and days and end up getting really sick because they're not getting, I don't know what.
Because they're like selfless givers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of communities kind of struggle in thinking about what is like a fair way to monetize, or what is like a fair price to charge for this product or service. Mm-hmm. I know for sure, like in the early days, I ran into like so much negative feedback from my community because a lot of people didn't like the idea of people like making money playing fighting games. Yeah. But some people still...
I still don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen your off.
See, you don't believe... See, that's the thing. You don't believe it, but that's different from actively hating on it.
They need the hating mantra.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. hating mantra.
Haters, click link below.
Yeah.
And then they pay $3 for the mantra. It's all good.
Exactly. But yeah, I think a lot of different communities struggle with that. And that's actually where content can kind of help fill some of those gaps because, you know, there's at the beginning, it's unlikely to be able to charge for it. So you can just justify it in your mind by saying, oh, well, I'm just putting up this stuff for free, whether it was a video or articles, blog posts, ebooks, whatever.
Service.
So service is a little harder to give away for free, right? Because sometimes there's like an upper echelon of the number of people that you can serve at one point, at one time, like in person.
Yes.
Which is why so many people or so many different groups and people and organizations are moving towards, like, let's say, you know, doing live streaming. Because, you know, you don't really... it's the standard in gaming, and it's starting to become more standard like in sports and like music, but it's not really the standard in most other industries, whether it's like fitness, health, or other forms of entertainment. It's not there yet, but there's no reason why it couldn't be. Yeah. Because, like, think of it this way, right? Like, I'm imagining, because I'm imagining there's a big community on Instagram of like yoga people. Yeah. So like, and one of the things that Instagram is kind of doing a little bit now is like putting more emphasis on live streaming.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, if you were going to be doing yoga anyways, this is the mentality of gamers right now. Well, I was going to play this game anyways. I might as well just turn the stream on. And now I'm streaming myself playing this game for however many people are watching live. Yeah. But I don't really see anybody doing any of that stuff in yoga. But I also don't follow...
yoga Instagram accounts.
No, I don't.
No, people are very, very friendly on the yoga Instagram world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very supportive of each other.
You sure they're not just being fake?
Well, fake it till you make it, right? At least they're faking to be a nice person. There's worse things to fake. Namaste, bitch.
Namaste, bitch. That's funny. Okay. Well, let's see. We covered yoga, traveling, articles, videos. Yeah, okay. So you got the MacBook. You got the iPhone.
I just need a tripod for my iPhone.
Yeah, they're like they're like $10 on Amazon. I know they ship to Canada too.
Nice, because nothing ships to Canada.
It's tough.
It's too far. It's very far.
Yeah, I mean, you know, especially when you're on that border.
It's
huge.
It's like Canada is very big, and not a lot of people live in it.
No, it's hard to find people.
It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold and rainy. Yeah, so I guess that's the next step. It's getting a little tripod.
Tech savvy.
And okay, so walk me through it, okay?
Oh God.
So you got, let's just do a little, you know, a thought experiment.
A visualization.
Right now. I'm sorry, yeah, a visualization. Okay, all right.
Inhale.
All right, let's do a visualization.
Okay.
On making the first video.
The first video would be very simple. I want to be at a place that I feel comfortable in. I know it's not good to film at beaches because, I don't know, unless you have a fuzzy little coat for your mic because the wind sounds, but just somewhere that I feel like represents who I am. And talk a little bit about why I'm doing this and my story and where I'm coming from and where I'm going.
Okay, so like at home?
Yeah, or that.
Like in your bedroom or like on the couch?
The mirror selfie video.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so people know what my company even is.
Okay.
My brand.
Okay. And so your brand, what's the brand?
It's Sunshine Thunder Yoga.
Okay, so Sunshine, I'm visualizing right now. Sunshine Thunder Yoga. Is this video gonna be like for Instagram? Or I mean, when we're visualizing the process, you talk about it. How long do you talk about it? How long is the first video as we visualize?
I don't want to. Yeah, I think 7 minutes tops.
7 minutes tops. Okay, so now we have this video. It's on the phone because we got our tripod.
Yeah.
Now, as we visualize the next steps, what happens next?
You find your platform to upload it on.
Okay. Where are all the yogis hanging out?
Instagram a lot.
7 minutes might be a little long for Instagram.
Instagram would just get a preview, and then it would be a link to another link.
Have you ever tried to link to anything on Instagram?
Yeah. Only the link in bio.
Yes, exactly. Only the link in bio. What a pain in the ass. Because remember, like, in as we visualize this exercise, visualize that, 12 weeks or 12 videos from now, 50 videos from now, you're going to have to remember to like take this clip out of each video and then change the link in your bio every single time.
What if I just have the same link and then all the page is all on one page? It'll be the same link.
Yes, it would be, and
they can just find
let's
the
say
video
that
they want to find.
Yeah, let's say they went to your website, then that would be great.
No, it would be on YouTube too. Yeah.
I don't know. It's only one link in the Instagram bio.
So
we're just visualizing here.
Oh.
We're just visualizing here. I'm just trying to point out that like if there was a 1 minute clip of a 7 minute video on YouTube, on Instagram, and then I tap on your bio, and then it just links me straight to your YouTube channel. But that video that I wanted to see wasn't right there when I got there. Then I'm like, this yogi doesn't know shit.
So how would you do it if you were in my shoes?
If I were in your shoes, or if I was in your
yoga Birkenstocks,
if I was in your yoga Birkenstocks, standing on your yoga mat, in between Warrior 1 and Warrior 2,
somewhere, I
would put it on YouTube or Facebook. Yeah. And then maybe I would record a second video that just said, for Instagram, that said, hey, I got a video on YouTube, youtube.com/whatever, and it's there. Yeah. Maybe. Then it's at least less typing on your phone. I don't know. Maybe like yogis are a little bit more nimble on their fingers, but I find that as
very flexible fingers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting old, so it's hard for me to like type a lot on my phone, so I try to avoid that as much as possible. But okay, so then you got this 7 minute video. It's up on YouTube, and this visualization exercise, we know it's going to go up on one or both platforms. Then what?
Then I keep making content.
Yes.
In whatever specific thing that I have to offer. Maybe I can offer a different thing. Maybe one day it'll be a song, or it'll be a guided meditation.
Oh, a guided meditation for haters.
Yeah. They'll love themselves in the end, because we're all one. One love. You
know what's funny is like if you legit made a guided meditation for haters, like that could be a pretty legit, like that's like a useful piece of content, because because whether it was serious or not, like if enough people saw it, then they would just, when somebody else was hating on somebody, they would just link them to your video and be like, here you go, you fucking hater, watch this shit. think about your life.
Yeah, and I'll be serving and doing God's work and helping others, making the world a better place.
Yeah.
For the haters.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones suffering.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I have to catch myself every time I'm hating and be like, wait a minute. It's not them, it's me.
It's your stress personality.
Yes, my stress personality is fucked up. You don't want to you don't want to hang out with that guy. All right, cool. Well, I guess then you got to think about the only thing left to think about in our visualization exercise is, you know, doing that same process over again.
I'll keep it exciting by always learning different teacher trainings or going to different retreats and.
Okay, but you know, that's all fine and good until life gets in the way. You know,
Would you pre-make a bunch?
This channel is built on pre-making stuff.
Pre-made. Oh.
Yeah. We generally shoot once a month and have content for the month to have videos come out every Sunday.
So I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said for like batching your stuff. However, like one thing to consider is that if you do batch it at the beginning and you suck, like you're not really going to get the full benefits of doing the entire process. Does that make sense? Like, okay, the putting out content requires like several different steps. Step 1 is to kind of like plan it. Step 2 is to produce it. Mm-hmm. Step 3 is to edit it or fix it or whatever. Minor, very light editing maybe. And then step 4 is to like upload it. Step 5 is to like promote it.
Right.
Every time you do it, you're going to get better and better and better at it. Mm-hmm. But if you weren't doing the entire process from scratch when you're producing it, you may not get the benefits of starting completely over. So like later down the road, like totally fine, just crank out a bunch. Like imagine, you know, I've been doing this long enough where I could just be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, Sarina was just like guest number 1. I'm going to do like 5 more today, no big deal. I can bang it out because it's not going to be like significantly better. Yeah. But what you'll find is that if you do the entire creative process like over and over and over again, and it didn't take that long and it wasn't soul draining in the process, you're going to get like much better, faster at each step.
Good to know.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to the haters meditation mantra.
You get a special shout out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If you ain't got nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. All right, Sarina, where can people find more about you and what you're doing?
I have a little tiny Instagram account. It's Sunshine Thunder Yoga. Mm-hmm. That's where you can find me. You can message me. You can hate on me if you want. It'll inspire me to make the mantra, the meditation.
You suck. Namaste, bitch. All right, and
I don't know where people will find me because who knows where I'm gonna be. Honestly, I'm so unpredictable. Like I could be halfway across the world. So like besides on Instagram, like how are you gonna find me?
They still have internet out there.
Very slow internet in Thailand, but
well, then you better have all your content pre-produced.
Yeah, it's gonna be so beautiful out there for filming, I think as well.
Oh, in Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good yoga scene there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so. All over, like, that's where all the yogis want to be, in, like, Ubud and, like, Bali. And
really?
Because it's heaven on earth. Fresh fruits every day.
Where? I don't understand how anybody gets the money. If everybody's uncertain about how much to charge...
Not everybody is. There is yogis who were business executive, corporate salespeople, marketing, like that just kind of, they figured out their path and they're like, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. That doesn't speak to me. And that's kind of where I came from. I don't want to, this is not who I am. and then they go into this with all the skills that they have from before. So not every yogi, like many yogis are very, very good business people.
That would be me. I would be like...
The yogi business person.
Yeah, I would be like, well, this guy's yoga is like not very good, but he's really good at marketing himself.
A lot of famous yogis are like, or yoga teachers or studio owners are like, you know, they're really good business people. A lot of good teachers are not good business people.
That's where the real potential is, in my opinion, in basically any industry, is getting people who are like not that good, who are really, really, really strong in like their craft or skill, but not that good with, you know, either the business side, the tech side, the marketing side. And that's why we do the Cross Counter podcast. All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening. See you next week. Hit the follow button, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram, at Gootecks, and who gives a shit. All right, thanks for listening. Catch you later. Bye-bye.